Every neighborhood has a story, a quiet story that no one notices. Sometimes the biggest heroes aren't the ones on television or the ones who go viral online. Sometimes they're just parents in a small kitchen trying to stretch a pound of ground beef. Welcome to Mind Game 77, the channel where real stories reveal powerful life lessons. If you enjoy meaningful stories about humanity, courage, and the unseen struggles around us, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and share it with someone who believes kindness still matters. Now, let me tell you a story about a dinner table, an unexpected guest, and how a simple plate of food changed someone's entire life. It started on a hot evening. The kitchen smelled like sizzling ground beef.
Just keep stirring, don't let it stick. It smells so good. You're a natural. Practice makes perfect. Can I try?
The kind meant to become tacos for dinner. For this family, that single pound of meat cost $8, and it had to feed 4 people. Budget meals had become normal. Groceries were expensive. Bills were piling up. The plan was simple: stretch the meat with beans, rice, and tortillas, just enough for everyone. But that plan changed the moment the front door opened. 12-year-old Emma walked in, and she wasn't alone. Behind her stood a girl no one had seen before. "Mom, this is Zoe," Emma said. But the way she said it wasn't a question, it was a decision. And then Emma said something unexpected. "She's eating with us." Zoe stood near the refrigerator. She looked like she wanted to disappear. Oversized hoodie in 90-degree heat, old Converse shoes wrapped with duct tape, a backpack that looked almost empty. Her eyes stayed fixed on the floor. She barely spoke.
These cookies are great.
Thanks, Dad. I helped make them.
You did a wonderful job.
I'm glad you like them.
Her body language told a story before her words ever could. The mother looked back at the skillet. 1 pound of meat. 5 people now. Her mind started calculating. More beans, more rice. Maybe nobody would notice. "Hi, Zoe," she said carefully. "Grab a plate." Dinner that night was painfully quiet. The father tried to start conversation. "How's school?" he asked. "It's fine, sir." 1 word. He tried again. "What do your parents do?" "Working." Another short answer. But something else stood out. Zoe ate differently. Not like a child enjoying dinner. She ate carefully, cautiously, tiny bites, fast chewing, as if she was afraid the food might disappear. She drank 3 glasses of water, and every time someone offered seconds, she flinched, like she wasn't used to being offered more. After Zoe left that night, the kitchen exploded with tension. Bills had been stressful. Food prices were rising. The mother finally snapped. "Emma, you cannot bring strangers into this house. We barely have enough for ourselves." Emma didn't back down. "She was hungry, Mom," the response came quickly. "Then she should eat at home. Or tell the school." But then Emma slammed her hand on the counter.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. I know it's awful. Are you okay? No, I'm not. This is terrifying.
And what she said next changed everything. "There is no food at home," Emma said. Her voice was shaking.
Hey,
Zoe's
you all right?
father worked 2
Yeah, I'm
shifts
good,
at a
thanks.
warehouse
You got this.
and drove Uber at night. Not for luxury, not for vacations, just to pay hospital bills. The fridge was empty. The electricity had been shut off the week before. And earlier that day, Zoe had passed out during gym class. The nurse gave her a juice box and told her to eat breakfast. But Zoe didn't have breakfast. She didn't have dinner either. Her only meal each day was the free school lunch at 11 a.m. After that, she didn't eat again for 24 hours. The mother asked an obvious question. Why doesn't she tell the school counselor? Emma's answer revealed the harsh reality. Because if she told the truth, Child Protective Services might get involved. An empty fridge, a father gone 16 hours a day working. The system might assume neglect, and Zoe could be taken away.
It's so good to
Her
see
father
you.
might lose his
Me too.
job,
I've missed
and their
this.
small, struggling
Come on in,
family could be
gladly.
destroyed. Zoe wasn't hiding the truth out of pride. She was protecting her father. The mother sat down slowly. Her anger disappeared, replaced by something heavier: shame. She had been worried about stretching a pound of beef. Meanwhile, a 12-year-old girl was worried about losing her father. Finally, she spoke quietly. "Bring her back." Emma looked surprised. "Tomorrow?" The answer came without hesitation. "Every day until I say stop." And just like that, a silent tradition began. Zoe came over after school. She sat at the kitchen island doing homework. Dinner was served. She ate. Then she went home. No questions, no speeches, no charity announcements, just an extra plate. In America, poverty often hides behind silence. People pretend everything is fine, even when it's sitting at your dinner table. So the family didn't talk about it. They simply passed the potatoes. 3 years later. 3 years passed. The economy got tougher. Gas prices rose. Rent increased. Everyone felt the pressure. But the extra plate stayed on the table. Zoe kept coming.
I love you so much,
quiet,
my dear.
grateful,
I love you too, Mom.
focused on
Always here
school.
for you.
And one day, the shy girl in the oversized hoodie became something incredible. Graduation day. On the night of high school graduation, Zoe stood in their living room, cap, gown, honor cords across her shoulders. She was the valedictorian, top student in the entire school. She earned a full scholarship to a state university. Her dream? To become an engineer. She handed the mother a card. Inside was a photograph. Zoe standing next to her father, a tired man beside an old truck, a man who had worked himself to exhaustion just to keep his daughter safe. Zoe's voice trembled. "I know I didn't talk much," she said. "I was scared. I thought if I said the wrong thing, you might realize I was a burden and you'd stop inviting me." The mother immediately shook her head. "You were never a burden." But Zoe continued. "You fed me 800 dinners. You didn't judge my dad. You didn't call the authorities. You just made sure I had enough strength to study. You saved us. We're still a family because of you." The mother broke down in tears because she didn't feel like a hero. All she did was boil extra pasta, add water to the soup, and place one more plate on the table.
Oh, really? That's amazing. I know, right? Okay, I'll see you then. Bye.
Mommy, can we get that one?
Sure, sweetie, that looks perfect.
But that's the truth about kindness. Sometimes it isn't dramatic. Sometimes it isn't heroic. Sometimes it's just ordinary. A meal, a seat at the table, a moment of quiet compassion. In a world that tells people to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, we forget something important. You can't stand up if you don't have the strength. And sometimes strength begins with dinner. Years later, Emma called from college. "Mom, I'm bringing a friend home for Thanksgiving. The dorms are closing. He can't afford a flight home." The mother smiled and replied, "Okay." Emma laughed. "He eats a lot, Mom." The answer was simple. "I'll buy a bigger turkey." Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply set another plate. If this story touched your heart, remember to like this video, subscribe to Mind Game 77, and share it with someone who believes kindness still matters. And in the comments, tell us, have you ever seen a small act of kindness change someone's life? Your story might inspire someone else, because sometimes the smallest acts create the biggest miracles.